Hello students, how are you? Hope you all are in good state of health. I am Shweta Jain representing Shiv Jyoti Educational Group Kota. Today we will study Science Chapter 7 Parts of a Plant. So all of you open your books page number 54. Children, we will study this chapter in two parts. In part 1, you will learn about parts of a plant, root and stem. And in part 2, you will learn about leaf, flowers and fruits, seed and germination of seed. So now, let us start with the first part of this chapter, that is parts of a plant. Students, we all eat variety of food items like fruits, vegetables. So where do they come from? Yes, they all come from the plants, and we are surrounded by various types of plants. Some plants are very big like mango tree, peepal, neem tree, while some plants are small like money plant, rose plant, tulsi. Some plants are weak and some plants are strong. So there are variety of plants. Now we will discuss about parts of plants. Just like animals and human beings, plants are also living organisms. As in case of us, we have several body organs which work together to make us alive and for our growth. Similar is the case with plants also. Plants are also living beings and they are also made up of several organs like leaves, stem, roots, etc., which we will discuss in this chapter. So, plants have two main parts. They are roots and shoot. The root grows downwards and the shoot grows upward. Now, you can have a look at this pot. You can see what is shown over here is a pot. It is grown in soil and the part which is visible to you is called as shoot, and the part which is lying under the ground, means which is inserted, embedded inside the soil, is root. Now we will discuss each of these one by one. So let us come here again. The shoot has stem, leaves, branches, buds, flowers and fruits. Now we come to root. The part of a plant that grows below the ground is called root. There are two types of roots, taproot and fibrous roots. So now you can have a look at this. It is a piece of root. Now you can see that the part around which some mud is there, so this part lies below the ground, it lies embedded into the soil. ये वो part है plant का जो soil के अंदर रहता है, and we call it as root. These are the minute hair-like structures which we call as root. So there are two types of roots. First is taproot and second is fibrous root. Now we will discuss each of these one by one. First is taproot. Taproot consists of a main thick root which grows from the end of the stem. Now as you can see in the picture shown here, this is the part of a stem, and from here a main thick root is growing, and from this main thick roots some branches are arising. So this type of system is called as taproot. Now many small roots arise from the main root, as you can see here in the picture. Examples of plants having taproot are peepal, rose, tomato, hibiscus, and so many more examples are also there. Now we come to next, that is fibrous root. Fibrous roots consist of many roots arising from the end of the stem. Now as you can see in the picture here, that from the end of the stem, cluster of roots are arising here, and there is no main root or a thick main root is there. Only these are arising in form of small hair-like structures in form of clusters at the base of the stem. ये stem के base से ही small hair-like structures के form में arise होती हैं, and there is no main root over here. Now examples of plants having fibrous roots are grass, wheat, onion, sugarcane, and so many more examples are also there. So now we come to next, that is functions of roots. So like us, as every part of our body is important for us, similarly in plants also each and every part is important in some or the other way, and they all work together to make it live and grow. So the functions of roots are: first, roots fix the plant firmly into the soil. You can see here in the picture also, roots hold the soil and prevent it from being washed away. Now here, as we grow the plant, as we grow it from a small plantlet, you can see the roots starts growing downward, and these roots, they extends into the soil and they hold the soil firmly, and they prevent soil from being washed away. And how the soil is washed away? Whenever there are strong winds and heavy rains, the soil can be washed away. So roots prevent this washing away of soil. Next is, roots intake water and minerals from the soil. Just as we need food to eat, but plants can prepare their own food. But for preparing their own food, they need some raw materials like carbon dioxide and water. So plants take water from the soil. And how they take water from the soil? The water present around the roots into the soil gets into the root and they carry it to the stem. So in this way, roots intake water and minerals from the soil. Next is, roots of some plants store food. Now in plants, whenever food is prepared, the extra food gets stored in some parts of plants. So roots also store some extra food. You can see some examples over here in the picture shown, that turnip, radish, beetroot, carrots, they all are the storage roots. They store food and we eat these roots as food. Now next is stem. The stem grows above the ground. It is the main part of the shoot. It bears branches, leaves, buds, flowers and fruits. Now, so the second important part of plant is the shoot, and this shoot has a main component called as stem. Now again you can see the pot shown here. In this woody structure which you can see here is a stem, and so many branches are coming out of these stem. So these are branches. Then stem bears flowers, as you can see here. It also bears bud from which new flowers and fruits grow. It also bears leaves which you can see in the pot here. So this is about the shoot. Now in some trees like neem and mango, they have thick, hard and woody stem called as trunk. So you can see here in this picture, it is a tree trunk. So the big plants like trees, they have a thick woody stem which is called as trunk. Some plants have weak stems. They either need support or grow along the ground. Now besides thick woody hard stem, some plants are also there which have very weak stem, like in case of money plant, in case of some climbers and creepers like bitter gourd, bottle gourd, stem is very weak, as you can see here. So they need some support to grow around. Now we come to functions of stem. So first is, stem holds the plant upright. It carries food and water to different parts of plant. So the very first function is that it holds the plants upright so that it can grow well. Then second is, it carries food and water to different parts of a plant. Now you can see here in the picture, the blue arrows shown here are, the water is absorbed or taken up by the roots, and this water is transported to different parts of plant like leaves, to flowers, to buds, everywhere through stem. Similarly, The food which is prepared at leaves, you can see through these orange arrows, this is transported or carried from leaves to different parts of the plant, like to the roots, to the other parts of a stem, to flowers, to birds, everywhere it is taken through stem. तो जो भी खाना लीव्स बना रही हैं उसे कैरी करने में कौन हेल्प करता है? स्टेम हेल्प करता है. इट कैरीज दैट फूड टू ऑल अदर पार्ट्स ऑफ प्लांट. नेक्स्ट इज, in some plants stem stores extra food. We eat the stem of these plants. So as in roots, stem also stores food. So some plants in which stem store food are potato, onion, ginger, sugarcane. In all these plants stem stores food. Now stem of some plants grow below the ground, so these are called as underground stems. As you can see in the picture, in case of potato as well as in case of ginger also, they grow under the ground, so these are called as underground stems. So this was all about root and stem. Next part we will discuss in our next video lecture. So now I hope you all have understood it well. Now I have some questions which we will discuss in our live doubt session, and you have to keep your answers ready in your rough notebooks, and during the live session you text me the answers in the chat box. So have a look at the questions. Question number 1 is, name 2 plants that have tap roots. Question number 2, name the part of plant that helps to carry food from leaves to other parts of the plant. Question number 3, which part of carrot plant stores food? Question number 4 is, which part of plant lies under the ground? And last question is, name any 2 underground stems. So this is all about for today. Thank you. Have a nice day. Stay home, stay safe.